When Sartre says that consciousness is a process of becoming dynamic, fluid, and constantly evolving, he is making a very sharp distinction between things and human existence. According to Jean-Paul Sartre, objects being in itself of fixed. A chair is a chair, but human consciousness, which Sartre calls being for itself, is never fixed. It's always in the process of changing and redefining itself. So here Sartre has a very important point for itself, that whenever we tend to define our identity, whenever we tend to choose to be something else, we are actually moving away from our originality. We are moving away from our original nature, which Sartre calls being for itself. So when we choose to define ourselves as a student, or when we choose to define ourselves as a civil servant, Sartre says that we are choosing to be in the another category, that is being in itself. We are choosing to be in the category of chair. We are choosing to be in the category of some object. So what Sartre says here is that our originality, our nature lies in constant evolution. We should not fixate ourselves, our identity, to some particular goal. If we do so, we actually are doing injustice to the nature that we own, the nature of absolute freedom, the nature of absolute responsibility. So Sartre says that we are absolutely responsible for what we do. We are absolutely free, and Sartre uses here in fact a very sharp word. Sartre says that we are condemned to be free. We make choices every moment. We There is not a moment where we are not working or we are not making choices. And one important point here is that this philosophy of Sartre resonates very well with the Bhagavad Gita. In the chapter of Karma Yoga by Bhagavad Gita, it says that human being is always in action. We incessantly act. We cannot exist without action even for a moment. And the same point is made by Jean-Paul Sartre. He says that we choose or not, we always act. And by action here, he just means choices. We choice for ourselves. And one very important point that Sartre makes here is that when we are making choices, we are not doing only for ourselves, we are doing it for humanity. When we elevate ourselves, when we make choice for ourselves, we actually elevate the humanity. And the same thing is is has a reference in the Bhagavad Gita also, when it says that we should elevate ourselves by our action. Bhagavad Gita also says that in in Bhagavad Gita we have soul for consciousness. There it says that we are free. The soul is free. It is not bounded by any self identity. And the very same thing is pointed out by Jean Paul Sartre when he says that we are condemned to be free. The consciousness is condemned to be free. We are not bounded by any identity. So there is such a strong parallel between the two concepts, the consciousness as defined by Jean Paul Sartre, and the soul as defined in the uh, Bhagavad Gita, that it knows the mind.